So there's a ton of changes in special education right now, and I do my best to keep you informed and fact over fear in here, because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there that can be super scary because the way people are presenting it. We're not trying to do that. I want you guys to know exactly what's happening and what the facts are, not the ifs and coulds and what ifs, because that's a lot of the fear stuff that you're seeing out there. So we're going to kind of knock that out today. I want you guys to get a good picture of what this actually is, and hopefully this is helpful and informative to you. All right, so currently, Department of Education previously, before the changes, Department of Education took care of all of these things, okay? It took care of IDEA, IEPs, OCR, which is the civil rights portion, educational research, educational data, technical assistance, federal grants, and OSEP, which is Office of Special Education Programs. So a lot of it was housed under education, which means it came from the lens of education first, which is what we want, right? Because we know how powerful we are once we have an education. We know that. So that's where it's always been. Here's what has changed. And guys, this is currently in motion. It started on the 16th. A lot of things are changing. What changed? And we talked about this before. Think of it like a family. When your parents were married, it was all together in the Department of Education, guys. But then it started to split. The split is what's happening now. We've moved some of it under the Department of Justice. We've moved some of it under HHS, which essentially makes it, which essentially makes it health related is going to be the scope. But then we have the Department of Justice that's going to take care of the legal pieces, okay? And then there's a couple other federal agencies that are probably going to be in the mix too. And I guess you could think of those as like your step parents. I don't know. But we're just trying to give you an idea. It was an original parent structure, and we're breaking up into different pieces now. To our knowledge, nothing is going away yet. There's a lot of speculation. I want everybody to take a deep breath, because we are fact over fear always here. All right. So what hasn't changed? What absolutely has not changed, I don't care what you're seeing online, I fact check this stuff on the daily. Quite literally, I fact check this about every 4 hours to make sure we're up to date on it. So what has not changed? IDEA law is still the law. IEPs and 504s are still in effect. Welcome and be happy. FAPE is still a right, which is free appropriate public education. Schools are still responsible for public schools must identify, evaluate, support students with disabilities. None of that has changed, guys. All that's the same. And protections are still in place. Now, please hear me now. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that things could change and they could go sideways. What I'm saying is, Rome is not burning yet, but we're keeping our eyes open, okay? We're not trying to induce panic. We're trying to educate the population on what's possible and what could happen. And we know what our rights are in the U.S.